Uh-oh.
November 2nd.
What about it?
That's today.
It is. And?
Have you ever tried to like go back, like a year or two, like what did I do on November 2nd? Like where was I in time and space? Have you ever thought about that?
What? Have you ever thought about where you were in time and space?
Yeah, like November 2nd last year, like what were you doing? Like
You were probably coming off of a quote unquote hangover. I use the word loosely, not from alcohol, but
hangover?
yeah, because your birthday's on Halloween.
I know.
My birthday's the day after. We get bombarded with Halloween and birthday and kids and all the stuff. So last November 2nd, you were trying to take some Tylenol so your headache could
So you're saying it's
cease.
kind of like deja vu, like every year it's just kind of like,
It's just the same thing.
yeah, the same thing
Over,
and over again.
over,
Interesting. Yeah, how do we change that? Like we need to get on a different rhythm.
I don't know, babe. You know how we change it? You know how you change it?
Tell me.
I think
while I sip my espresso.
you're gonna have to go
on
find
this
yourself
glorious
a work.
Thursday afternoon.
You're,
Speaking of glorious, I'm not looking very glorious right now. In full disclosure, I have no makeup on because this entire show is all dedicated.
I know. I thought Halloween was over.
A good one. Good one. Yes, yes. But this entire show is dedicated to Sigma Beauty, and I am going to be building my makeup look in the show with Sergio's help, of course.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much. So this is going to be a beauty show. So stay tuned because it's going to be a little entertaining to see what I do, if anything. Because what could I possibly contribute to a beauty show, Tiffany?
Well, you could ooh and you could ah, and you're the before shot.
I'm the way after. I'm the way after in the coffin. No, but like, can I just say something? Like, I didn't shave today, and when I don't shave,
like the scruff.
no, I look like I'm 100.
Really? I like
Yeah.
it. I think it's sexy, babe.
No, it's just like there's white now. There's a lot of white hair.
I know,
on
but
my...
that salt and pepper thing, whew,
Hoof what?
smoking. Yeah, I like the salt and pepper thing.
Easy now.
I think you're actually getting better as you get older.
Oh,
Yeah.
how about that, you guys?
I know.
Better
I mean-
as I get older.
I mean, you
take
were
it.
sexy when I met you at 26.
Oh.
You were 26 and I was 21. But I have to say, I mean, I think as you get
You
older.
feeling okay today? You have a temperature? What is with this fever speech? What are you saying?
No,
Compliments?
No, I feel like you're aging very gracefully. Like a lot of times, I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not aging gracefully. But then I look at you and I'm like, oh, his skin is so great. It's like that Mediterranean thing that you got going on. It's hot.
I'm really not sure what to say to all of this. I don't know how to take your compliments, Tiffany. Usually you're hollering at me, you're bickering at me.
Oh, really?
You're telling me what I'm doing wrong, and you're psychoanalyzing me. When you compliment me, there's like a fuse just goes click, and I don't even know how to look for the panel to go turn it back on.
Yeah. Well, here we are 3 minutes into our therapy session. We're really glad that you're joining us, by the way.
Yeah, we have a beauty show today.
Happy Thursday, everybody. It is November 2nd, and I cannot believe that we've landed here in November staring at the holiday season, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I started thinking about Thanksgiving the other day and Christmas. My 15-year-old daughter was like, Mom, have you started Christmas shopping yet? And I was like, I've added a lot of things to my Market.live account, but I haven't clicked purchase yet. But no, super excited that you're joining us. This entire hour is dedicated to Sigma Beauty. I'm going to be building my makeup with you throughout the show, so hopefully you'll get inspired. Maybe there's some new things that you've never seen before, or if you're in need of some great things. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm in need right now of some under eye concealer. Don't worry, Sigma has you covered. We've got some fantastic Sigma Beauty makeup brushes in the show, so I'm excited to show you those as well. And Sergio knows all about Sigma Beauty, even though I know he's going to try to tap out during this hour.
I'm not going to try to tap out.
The reason that he knows all about it is because he's been around me long enough where he knows. Like, I'll sit here and I'll talk about the quality of Sigma Beauty's brushes. I'll talk about how fantastic their makeup is because how creamy their formulations are. And the older I get, and in full disclosure, I'm 43 years old, I do have a lot of the signs of aging. I've got uneven skin tone, as you can see. I've got under eye darkness. I've got fine lines and wrinkles. So if you have those things too, I'm excited to be able to share this hour with you because Sigma Beauty is my favorite color cosmetic brand, and everything in the show are items that I use in my everyday life, and even items that I use to build my on-air makeup look.
Yeah, And I will say that I do know a lot about Sigma because you do use it. And if you're watching today, when she does her makeup in the bathroom, I leave. I'm out of the bathroom.
You tap out?
I'm like, I can't. it takes a lot of time.
Yeah,
You got a
like,
lot
and
of
I
stuff.
need the vanity to
But-
myself. Like, I don't, like, just give me the vanity.
No, the vanity's yours, and I know you guys watch all the makeup tutorials on social media and everything. Today we're going to try to do a little bit of a show on what's it like to have me involved and kind of talking about the makeup, because there's a lot of guys out there that want to get their wives gifts, and sometimes they would love to get their wives things that they actually use, right? And makeup's one of them. So if you're a guy out there and you're watching today, I think you're going to use a lot of the information that you're going to get from more Tiffany.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to ask as if, you know what? If I were to buy you a gift, I have no idea.
But babe, newsflash, it's
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah.
And men wear makeup too. So if you're a
Okay.
guy that's watching and you're looking for some under eye concealer, we've got that for you as well. So I'm going to head over to my personal vanity.
I apologize. My apologies, please. By the way, if you're watching us, thank you so much. Market.live, Lifestyle with Tiffany and Sergio.
I'm gonna head over.
Please join in on the chats. Let us know, if you have any questions, let us know where you are. And by the way, if you're watching us, there's one thing I want to ask you before we get into the makeup thing. We were having a little discussion here. I think the lighting is a little green. Okay, and Tiffany was kind of disagreeing with me. Let us know what you think of the lighting of our set.
I was
think it has a little,
100%
it has a
agreeing.
hue to it, and we're trying to figure it out. And we could always use, a little bit of some comments and some advice. But let's get started here. Oh, Cassie says, love you guys and your show. Laugh out loud. Thank you so much, Cassie. We love you. You're a name that keeps showing up, and we really appreciate you watching. But let's get started with one of the first items, right? First off, Tiffany, can you just tell us who Sigma is and what Sigma is all about? I know that you said, Sigma is, a lot of their makeup, their creamy textures and things of that nature. Just give us a little bit about what Sigma's about before we jump into the first, which is the flat kabuki brush.
Yeah, so I think it's really about how they started as a company. A scientist and an engineer came together to really transform the cosmetic beauty industry, and they've done exactly that. They actually launched with one cosmetic makeup brush, and it's the first brush that we're actually going to start out with, which is their flat kabuki brush. And it took the internet by storm. Then they quickly transitioned to a full set of makeup brushes. And then over time, they've evolved into color cosmetics, really taking their science and their engineering and creating high quality products that you're going to be able to use every single day. High pigmentation, super creamy formulation. So regardless of your skin type or your skin tone or how youthful your skin is or how aged your skin is, you'll be able to dive into Sigma Beauty. And if you've never used Sigma Beauty before, I really encourage you, because I've tried every makeup brush out there. Sigma Beauty is my favorite. And the reason that Sigma Beauty's makeup brushes are my #1 choice is because they create them with such high quality. They have a lifetime warranty. So you buy one brush, and the more you wash them and the more that you use them, you do not have to worry about them breaking down, corroding, or coming apart and then you throwing them in the trash. So I want to start out with their top seller, the brush that started Sigma Beauty, which is their flat kabuki brush.
Look at this thing. I mean, the bristles on this are so soft. I can't wait to hear you talk about them, Tiff. And let me tell you, this is one of those things where I would so get this for somebody for a stocking stuffer. Like, this is something I would add to your stocking or get for you, or I could see you getting for Bianca, right? Our daughter, our 15-year-old. Like, this is something
Bianca
that
already has this brush and she loves it.
Of course she does. But no, tell us, that's a great story about Sigma, but tell us more about this kabuki brush, because I think you were telling me this is kind of the foundation of it all. Is that right?
It is, and I love the way that you say that it is the foundation of everything, because it's how they started Sigma Beauty and really built on this. What you're getting are Sigma X and Sigma Tech fibers. They're ultra soft. They're antimicrobial, which means that you are not going to sacrifice the health of your skin, or you're not going to get any breakouts from this. All of their brushes are designed to transfer the makeup onto your face and not be absorbed into the brush. So as you can see here, we're showing you a competitor brush. Look at how much makeup is absorbed into that brush head. That's doing a few things. It's wasting your money, it's wasting the makeup, and it's not going to give you that beautiful, flawless complexion. What you see in the Sigma brush is that the makeup just kind of sits on the surface of the brush fibers and designed to transfer it onto your skin. So I'm actually going to put my foundation on because I don't have any foundation on right now.
While you do that, Tiff, Margot says, I desperately need a new brush. Love the price. Which, by the way, the price on this is $27. And correct me if I'm wrong, Tiffany, but this is kind of a brush that's a one-time purchase, right? This is something that's going to last you a really, really long time.
It is. And one of the things that I love so much about Sigma Beauty's brushes is that they are super, super soft. So notice how I can just get right underneath that eye area. It feels like very luxurious, like super luxurious brush fibers, almost just like massaging and comforting the skin. Notice how I'm just taking that foundation and I'm just buffing it into my skin, and it gives you such a beautiful, flawless complexion. And what you're not seeing is all of that makeup being absorbed into the brush head. It's taking that makeup and it's transferring it onto your skin so that you're getting the most out of your color cosmetics. You know, whether it's Sigma Beauty's color cosmetics or any other makeup foundation or concealer, you know that this is expensive. You don't want to be wasting it and absorbing it into the brush. You want to use every ounce of it and putting it on your skin.
This
so
is
look
the
at how beautiful that is.
Yeah, for sure. This is the #1 best-selling foundation brush. It provides buildable airbrush foundation finish, which is exactly what you're saying. And Tiffany, this is a high definition skin in no time, right? Like that's how they describe it. And it sounds like they've worded it just right, because once you're done with it, it seems like you have that high definition foundation to build off of everything else, which is like what we're getting ready to get into, which is the color correcting duo. So once you've used this brush and you have it, you're ready to rock with the foundation, you can now get into that color correcting duo. I mean,
yeah,
right?
And just real quick, I mean, the flat kabuki brush, so there are a lot of different types of foundations out there. I use a liquid foundation, but maybe you use a mineral powder foundation. Maybe you use, so there's mineral powder, there's liquid, there's, powder foundation, or maybe you want to use it as like for a setting powder. Whatever it is that you want to use it for, this kabuki brush is perfect for that.
Yeah, $27 right here, Lifestyle with Tiffany and Sergio, Market.live. Tiff, this next item, I was talking to you about this before, and you were like, Sigma has gone through all of the thought process in the different shades of color, right? Like taking into consideration all and every single skin type out there. Tell us more about the color correcting duo, because this is one of the things that I see on our bathroom counter every single morning. I know you love it. So share with them why you love it so much and why you think they're going to use it on a daily basis.
All right, so the Color Correcting Duo is brand new to Sigma this year. It launched and it has been wildly popular. Here's what's really exciting about it. You have 3 different shades palettes, and in each one you are getting 2 different shades. So the one that you're seeing starting from left to right is light medium. Then in the center is medium dark. And then the last shade opportunity is dark to deep. So depending on your skin tone, if you're someone who is super fair like myself, I go for the light medium, which is the first one. That's the light medium here, and as you can see, I use it regularly. If you have a little bit more olive tone skin, definitely go for the medium dark. And then if you have darker kind of cocoa tone skin, definitely go for the dark deep. But here's what's really great about it is that you get the opportunity to mix and match and custom create the shade that is perfect for whatever discoloration that you are looking to cover. Now there's a variety of discoloration that can happen on your skin. Number one, any type of uneven skin tone. So if you're getting like hyperpigmentation, I have super fair skin. So, over the years, as my skin has been exposed to, UVA and UVB rays, like I'm getting that hyperpigmentation as I get older. And I can tell you that while I love wearing foundation, especially like when I go on air, because you saw how quick and easy I can just apply that foundation with that kabuki brush, I don't personally love to wear foundation every day. But if I'm going out, I might want to conceal some of those areas. And this is what I use, just kind of my quick concealer. Now, I use that medium shade for any of the areas that I feel I might need just a bit more of coverage.
Yeah.
Maybe you've got some darkness underneath your eyes. I have hereditary darkness underneath my eyes. I think the older I get, the worse it gets. I've also had 3 kids. I now have a puppy. I don't get a lot of sleep. Hey, when I drink a glass of wine the night before I go to bed too, I wake up with darker looking under eyes. So maybe you need to conceal that area there. Check out how easy it is to customize whatever shade. Now I'm going for the medium because I've got a little bit more black or kind of like dark blue discoloration in the corner of my eye here. So I'm going for that medium shade. Notice how I'm just swiping right down. I'm not doing all of the under eye because I don't have any darkness over here. I only have it close up to the corner of the eye area. So I'm covering that there with the medium, but then I can go in and brighten that color up with that lighter shade, and that's the one that I conceal all the way out.
And that's the super strength of this duo, right, Tiffany? Those 2 blendable creams that you can mix together to customize your shade. So you get that seamless layer underneath your concealer, right? That's the duo. That's why you have it. So you can go a little bit more with the one on the left, a little less with the one on the right, or vice versa, to kind of make your shade and build it how you want it. I think that's fantastic. I think that's brilliant. And I think that you're going to really love it because you're going to have so many different possibilities with it. And for $30 with all of those, different possibilities in shades and mix matching and overpowering maybe a little bit of the darker or a little bit of the lighter, it really is going to be a duo that's going to do and provide so much for you. In the chats, Ella says, sometimes all I use is my foundation. Yeah, right?
And that's the thing. This color correcting duo can be your full face foundation if you'd like. And I use this like if I'm running to the grocery store, going to pick up a kid, taking the dog for a walk, and I'm like, oh, I don't want my neighbors to see, my natural skin tone. I want to look like I'm a little bit more than just rolling out of bed. I use this because
Tiff, I think you're your most beautiful right out of bed, but that's just me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think this is so quick, it's so easy, and a little bit really goes a long way. And as I'm, approaching my mid-40s, I just turned 43, I find that using concealer sometimes can be very challenging because I also have fine lines and wrinkles underneath my eye. So if you've used concealers before and you're like, hey, it covers the darkness underneath my eye, but then it creases and cracks. There's no mobility to the concealer. This is what I want you to get home and try it. And the brush that I'm using, if you're wondering, is the F64. This is the
getting ready to say
blend concealer brush,
Yeah.
and let me tell you, this is an absolute must-have. It basically mimics a fingertip type of application. Now, I want to just say you're getting super, super high quality in all of Sigma Beauty's brushes. This particular brush, their fibers are super, super dense. It is perfect for applying the color correcting duo or any type of concealer. You also can use the color correcting duo with this F64 brush, and you can color correct like the darkness, the hyperpigmentation, but if you feel like you need a little bit more concealer, you can absolutely layer your concealer on top of the color correcting duo too. What's great about the color correcting duo is, as you can see, that creamy formulation, the blendability is beautiful. You are not going to crease or crack as you wear this and you smile and you go about your day. So it doesn't dry on the skin. If you need a setting powder, go ahead and do a setting powder over top of it. At 43, I personally don't like to use a setting powder. That's just my personal preference.
This brush, actually, Tiffany, was the winner of the Harper's Bazaar Malaysia Best Eye Brush in 2016. So this has been around, this has been time tested, and this has been impressing for quite some time now. Yeah. And this is a brush. You said something that was kind of interesting. This is like a fingertip brush.
It is.
Right? And I would imagine that applying with your fingertips.
It just gets right in there.
Yeah, right?
It just sets right in there. It's super, super soft. It doesn't irritate the skin. It's high, antimicrobial. The more you wash this brush, the better it gets. You know, it's not gonna break down. They have a patent interlocking technology between the head of the brush and the handle of the brush. And most brushes out there, the traditional brushes that you go and buy, and you spend $25 on those traditional brushes, when you wash them to clean them, they break down because they lock them with glue. That's what holds the head and the handle together.
Oh,
Sigma
okay.
Beauty has a patent
Didn't know.
interlocking technology. It's actually threaded on the inside.
Look at that.
So the more you wash, this will not corrode, it won't rust, it won't break down, it won't break apart. You will not have to throw this in the trash. This is your concealer brush for life. And let me tell you, this is the one brush. You know, I was on the phone call the other day with one of the lovely ladies at Sigma Beauty, and she was like, if you had to pick one brush from Sigma Beauty, what would it be? And I'm like, as much as I love the flat kabuki brush, and I know it's their #1 top selling brush, I personally cannot live without the soft concealer blending brush because I just love the way that it gets underneath the eye area. That's the area that I need to conceal. And I feel like it's so multi-purpose that I can use it all over my face if I would like to.
Yeah.
So for me, this is my #1 kind of desert island brush.
No, for sure. And for $23 and for all the price points with everything Sigma, you really kind of can't lose, right? You're spending very little for something that you're going to use so very much and that's going to last so very long. Now, Tiff, would you use this brush with the Ambiance? And I'm sorry, I'm going to go right into the next one
Yeah,
because
of course.
this Ambiance mini eyeshadow palette is something that does not exist as much on our counter as it does in your purse. I feel like every time,
Yes.
because listen, everybody out there, every time we go somewhere, it's Tiffany, hold my keys, put them in your purse. Tiffany, hold my wallet, put it in your purse.
Truth.
Tiffany does hold everything for everybody. And yeah, I have to rummage through all the stuff. This one is always and forever inside of her bag. This is the Ambiance mini eyeshadow palette. Tell us more about it. I know that this one is hugely popular.
Yeah, and it happens to be one of my personal favorites. And the reason that you find this in my handbag is because of how travel friendly it is.
Yeah.
This is, a lot of times you go and you get those full 14 shade or 16 shade eyeshadow palettes. And yes, they're awesome, but a lot of the colors like you find that you don't use, they're really big, you don't want to take them on a trip or you don't want to throw them in your handbag. Here you're getting every color that you need for a full eye application, but you're getting 7, and it comes in this really, really convenient compact case, which is what I really, really love about it.
Yeah.
Now, the Ambiance, I feel like the colors are very timely this season. You're getting some of like those classic like burnt orange, almost just like super neutral, very kind of on-trend browns. Everything that you need from a base eyeshadow, which is like that Daze color, which is really gorgeous. I love that Daze, to a little bit of some glitter type of colors. What I really appreciate so much about Sigma Beauty is that every single color that you see here are highly pigmented, but they are very blendable.
Yeah.
You're getting that luster color, that Daylily, which is like that beautiful orange. If you have light color eyes like blue or green, putting that on your eyelid is definitely going to make light color eyes pop. I also really appreciate using that darkest color all the way at the end. It's called Sunspot.
Yeah.
Sunspot is great for an eyeliner. So a lot of different things that you can do with this color assortment. So I'm actually going to dive right in. We have a full eye kind of kit coming up, and Sergio will talk about it in just a moment. It's got 3 mini eye brushes in it. I'm going to use each one of these to kind of build the eyeshadow look. So if you're looking for kind of like a great on the go, Sergio will talk to you about the eyeshadow kit that we have. It also comes with a cute little case.
The Glam and Go brush set, right?
Exactly.
So
the
why don't
Glam
we
and
why don't
Glow.
we just introduce that now? Okay.
Yes.
I feel like let's do this because I feel like if you're watching, you'll kind of get more out of this. So why don't we introduce it now? You can show it to us, and then you can show us how you go back and forth between the brushes from the Glam and Go brush set back to the Ambiance, palette. So I feel like, right there you're seeing the Glam and Go brush set. So I love the way this is written. Jet away with this luxurious mini brush set featuring a sleek beauty bag and 3 eye brushes for shading, blending, and lining with your favorite formulas. These brushes tuck neatly inside the bag for chic and easy storage on the go. So you've got the bag, you've got the brushes on the go, and you're using them like you had said. I know you've got 3 brushes in here too. Check this out if you want the close-up of the brushes. But
I
you've got
love the bag. The bag is so cute.
Right?
I mean, so adorable. Just kind of keeps everything compact. And it's big enough to also like throw like a lip gloss in there, or, you know, dare I say, like female products. Like if you need to, you know, you need to kind of have like a little bag that's like discreet. Like, I mean, I feel like this is such a cute little bag.
Yeah.
But you're getting 3 of Sigma Beauty's most popular eye brushes. Everything that you need to build that up, you know, like the perfect eye look. The only thing that's different about the brushes in here is the handle is smaller, making it very travel friendly, easy to go in a bag, easy to pop this bag into your purse or your backpack, or even like your luggage if you're traveling. The head of the brush is exactly the same as a regular size Sigma brush. So in terms of application, you don't have to forfeit anything in terms of application. Now I'm gonna dive into—
Oh, really? That's actually really interesting. The head is the same size, you just have a mini shrunken down version of the handle, so you don't have to sacrifice how you would be applying.
Correct.
And it does come in that bag, so those smaller size handles are gonna fit this little bag, and you're throwing this, you're not throwing it, I know you already have this in your handbag. And then Tiff, yeah, for sure, show us how this can work with this, with the Ambiance palette.
So I'm taking, it's the eye shading brush, which is the E55 that you're getting in that, that bag trio. I'm taking Days from the Ambiance eyeshadow palette and using that on my eyelid just to neutralize and kind of create that perfect canvas. I go right on, up underneath the brow. Look at how easy that just blended very nicely there. Now I'm gonna go in. I also like to use the shading brush. Now I'm gonna do the Daylily because the Daylily is a color that I want you to get home and experience, because the first time I saw this eyeshadow palette, I was like, well, I like the first 2 colors. I'm not really certain about the other ones.
This color right here, the Daylily.
Until I dove into them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Daylily is this beautiful, I wanna say like pumpkin spice. And I was on a call once with Danny. She's the director of artistry for Sigma Beauty, and she's like, Tiffany, with your light color eyes, she's like, I want you to dive into that Daylily. Now I'm just kind of doing it. I'm patting it with the eye shading brush just in the corner. Now notice how I'm not trying to make perfect lines. Like, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not trying to make perfect lines. I'm just putting that pop of color right where I want it to go, which is in the corner of my eye, the crease of my eye. Now watch what I do. I'm gonna go in with the blending brush, which is also in that eye shadow kit. I'm gonna put a little bit more color on that blending brush, and then I'm just gonna allow this brush to go to work and blend all of those harsh lines that I created. Again, that's what Sigma Beauty has in mind. They don't expect you to be a professional makeup artist and have to do everything right. They want their makeup and their brushes to do the work for you.
Right, the
so
everyday
look at
girl.
how
Yep.
beautiful that looks and how easy and effortless I blended that into the crease of the eye area.
Now, your eyes are looking really great there, and if you're out there in the chats, please let us know what you think about the build that Tiffany's doing as she builds her makeup and her face. And Tiff, since we're in brushes and palettes and everything else that Sigma has to offer, which is some of the best brushes and palettes out there, we have a palette that I think everyone is really, really gonna love. And that's the Cor de Rosa blush palette, right? So
yeah.
this is a bigger one. And since we have the brushes in your hand and you've got the palettes out, let's dive into this one, because I think that this is going to be a kind of be-all, end-all, like, because it just has so much. These are very large. I mean, just take a look at this. You've got this palette kit, and you've got these different sizes in here. Sorry, I had a little freeze there. Apologize for that. It just looks like you're going to get a lot of use and time out of these. Tell us more about this, because this, I mean, the way this is written is makeup looking gorgeous, rosy cheek blush palette, 6 buildable, blendable shades in buttery soft formulas. Tell me a little bit more.
So I think everybody needs a really great kind of blush bronzer palette. I also want to encourage you that you know, you are getting a lot of
Right, that's what
makeup
I see.
in
Yep,
this
size.
palette.
Yep.
So I think what's really inspiring about this palette is that when you get this home, you can really play with it and have fun with it. You've got some darker shades here that I'll show you how you can easily go, you know, kind of like build like a nice contoured look. The more of the pink petal colors you could definitely use for more of like that blush color on your cheeks.
Yeah.
But you can also use these as eyeshadows. So
Okay.
again, something really, really easy to do is also, you know, pack this in your to-go kit and, in your travel kit, really. Pack it in your travel kit, and then you've got a great opportunity to be able to use these as eyeshadows, build a contour look with it, and also pop a nice little pop of color on your cheeks.
We haven't gone to the chats in just a second, Tiff, but Liz says, I love this brand. My sister turned me on to it. That, like, I know you got our daughter into it, and you also got my mom into this brand, right? Like, this is something that you've been just praising all the time.
Yeah, I feel like this is such a universal brand. So whether you're a teenager just starting to kind of explore with makeup, perfect for you. If you're in, you know, your mid 30s, mid 40s, and you're like, well, I want to explore new colors, I want to be on trend, but I don't want to look like I have a lot of makeup on, great brand for you. If you're in your late 60s, 70s, 80s, and you're super cautious about, you know, the type of formulation that you use on your skin because your skin is showing the signs of aging, you don't want to look like you have a lot of makeup on, you don't want it sitting in the creases and cracks, that's what Sigma Beauty is brilliant for. It doesn't matter your age, we've got something for you. And when it comes to a bronzing palette or a blush palette, I can personally say that once I hit 40, I kind of shied away from powdered type of blushes and bronzers because I noticed that it was sitting on the creases and cracks on my skin, and it just looked like I had makeup on, and it made my skin look older than it should. The formulations with Sigma Beauty are so incredibly creamy. They're soft. It's like skincare for your skin.
Oh, that's cool.
while you're wearing it and you're looking beautiful. It's about making your skin look better and younger. So I'm gonna go in actually.
Go for it.
I get so excited about this palette. I'm almost like, ooh, which one would I want to go for? I'm gonna go in for the Bronze Star. Which is going to allow me just to do a little bit of contour, which I'm going to do right here. I'm going to draw that contour line.
That's
kind
the
of give
Bronze
me
Star right there.
a little bit of like a higher cheekbone. If
Yeah.
you're like, how does Tiffany look like she have high cheekbones all the time? This is how I
You
do
have
it.
you have pretty high cheekbones normally.
Yeah, but you know what? The older you get, it's like everything starts going south, right?
Gravity,
So,
baby.
You know,
Stay
makeup,
the
that's
hell
the
away
fun
from
and
me.
beauty about playing with makeup is that you can create this illusion. I mean, look at the difference here. Like this side looks like it's more lifted than this side where it just looks very flat. Now notice how I just kind of build in that cheek, kind of bring that up here. And notice how blendable these colors are. Oh, you can blend them in. There's like,
Says a lot about the brushes too. The
It
Sigma brushes,
does.
right? Yeah, for sure. And you know, it's one of these palettes that you're going to have for a very, very long time with all of those different colors and all of those different shades. And I think, you know, to put it all together, you're looking very beautiful. If
Thank
I
you.
must
I'm
say
just
so
gonna go in-
myself, Tiffany, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
I'm just
Go.
gonna go in with the Cool Dawn and
Okay.
just give a nice little pop of color.
Yeah. No, and
nice
that's the
little
thing about it.
rosiness
You
on
can
the cheeks.
you can express and explore all of the different colors that are in here. Like Tiffany said, you know, find your color to build your hard lines, and then find your color to kind of blend it in and put it all together for the look that you're going for. And I think to button all of it up, right, you've got to do something with your lips because
Yes.
the lip oil.
Can't forget about the lips. And you know what? This time of year, I mean, I can't tell you, like Bianca is stealing my lip oil because this is how popular it is. I was just going in and kind of cleaning up underneath the eye with that color correcting
Yeah, no, for
duo.
sure. Yep.
This is the time of year where you know that it's like dry lip season. The weather's changing, your lips are getting really dry. You probably are like, I don't want to wear a lipstick because the lipstick is very drying, but you want a little bit of color and a lot of moisture to the lip area.
Yeah.
Sigma Beauty launched these renewal lip oils, and let me just say, we cannot keep these in stock.
Yeah, that's why you wanted to end with this. I remember you saying these are so popular, like we just can't. We're just moving through so much of it. And I said, well, save the best for last.
I love the applicator that you're showing there. The applicator here, it's like a cushiony pillow that is just perfectly designed. And here's where that, that science and engineering goes into development of Sigma Beauty, because not only were they focused on the most perfect formulation to nourish your lips, they were also focused on how you're going to apply it. Now I'm going to take this up to the lip area. Notice how it just hugs and glides over the lip. It's like hallelujah. My lip, look at dry lip on the top, hydrated lip on the bottom. A little bit goes a long way. This will save you during the winter season, and not just during the winter season, all year round, really. I use this all year round. I have endless supplies of these. I've got one in my bag, one on my vanity.
Yeah, I know you do.
I always have one in my
They're
pocket.
everywhere in the house.
Everybody in the studio in here knows, like, oh, Tiffany's lip gloss.
Yeah,
like,
they're everywhere. They're on
It's
they're on the
everywhere.
floor. They're on the rug. This is the nourishment of a lip balm and the shine of a lip gloss in one perfect product. That's what you get. Smooth, non-sticky lip oils add a protective layer of luxurious high shine and color and hydration to your lips to help them look soft, supple, and juicy, just like Tiffany is showing you right there and in all of the photo assets that you see. And the applicator is really, really cool. Oh, Kim says you are so beautiful. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
I'm just
Here's
kidding,
the
but-
thing. When we talked about like high level of active ingredients, these are infused with jojoba oil, sunflower seed oil. These are ingredients that are going to hydrate and nourish your lips all year round. So easy just to pop on. The applicator is awesome. It just hugs the lips. It feels really nourishing to the lips too. Now we are lucky enough to have 2 different color options for you. I actually put on the tint color, which I feel like is the most universal to my lip. And then we also have it available in the All Heart, which is a little bit more of a pinker shade, where the tint is more of like a mauve neutral type of shade.
Can I tell you something, Tiff? Before we
Yes,
like wrap
you
this
can
up,
tell
you're
me
gonna have
anything, babe.
you're gonna have to come back over into my shot, because now that your makeup's done and you're looking all pretty and done up, I got to give you a little bagetto before we close the show. And if you don't know what that means, that's a kiss in Italian. But no, I really, the Sigma products that we have and presented here today,
I love everything in this show.
They are all over in our house. I know that you're a real huge ambassador
I mean,
for
this
this
is
brand.
me. This is like my everyday
Yeah,
look. And
yeah.
I might change what I'm wearing on my eyeshadow. I might do something a little bit more glam where I'm doing eyeliners. I might do, something just very, very neutral where it's just like the color correcting duo. I pop on a little bit of, contour, maybe a little bit of pop of color on my cheek.
Yep.
But that's the beauty of Sigma, is that when you get these home, you can really mix and match and use them for your kind of everyday life, like your no makeup look.
Yeah.
But then it easily transitions, like if you and I were going out to dinner, I would do my eye makeup a little bit more glam. Like I love it when we're at dinner and you're staring into my eyes and you're like, your eyes look so beautiful. And I'm like, yeah, well, because it's my Sigma Beauty eyeshadow.
I don't talk to you like that anymore. But no, I love the fact that for all you girls out there and guys out there, whether you're looking for yourself or a gift, I mean, I think we kind of ran through the whole possibility list of, what you can do with a lot of these items. And, whether it be, cheek, lip, eye, whatever it is, brushes, I think you have a lot of different options, and that's what Sigma is. They have such a huge lineup. So for anything that you're looking for, I hope I did well today in a beauty show. I tried.
Everybody give Sergio a round of applause.
Like, phew, man, I'm like, all right, you've been domesticated. Hold on here. You can pull this off. I tried my best. And you look beautiful, by the way.
You did great.
Bagetto.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
thank you guys for watching.
Listen, for more great Sigma Beauty tips, head over to market.live. We've got lots of Sigma Beauty there, and I will be sure to share some of my favorite Sigma Beauty tips. We will be back on Tuesday, next Tuesday at noon. We hope that you guys have an awesome weekend. Hopefully you'll do something fun, maybe a little something relaxing. Hopefully you gifted yourself something this week too, so you can have a little surprise.
This show was really girly. Maybe the next show we can do boxing gloves, footballs, some hockey pucks.
Yeah, let's not go there. See you guys on Tuesday. Have a great week.